everybody. This is going to be the first D&D session that we are hosting on stream. So we have 4 players tonight for this one shot. Okay, we have Huzzy, say hi.
Hello.
We have Hero, say hello.
That's me. Hello.
We have Damascus, say hello.
Hello.
And we have Proto, say hello.
Oh.
Okay, perfect. And now let's see what happens. All right, so our adventure begins with each of you in a carriage for what will be several days' travel across the high road. As you make your way to the next town, you have a clear view of the landscape around you. Lush greenery to the either side, and the sky a crystal blue. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and describe what you've been talking about for the first couple days?
Do we just go in order?
You can go any order you want.
I am Grognark Coppervault. I am an esteemed magician from the local university. My professors have been telling me to go on this adventure. They said that I'd be able to finally pass my class. They said if I succeed, there's a good opportunity for me to continue my education over there. I've only been going to school for 8 years now, and I'm still on my first year of education. But, you know, we'll get there eventually, right?
I'm Alva. I'm well, the last town I just for reasons I won't divulge. I had to leave it quite abruptly. Honestly, I just got bored, and now I'm looking for a new adventure. So I joined this little lot, and hopefully we can do something fun.
Oh, wonderful. I'm Kabir. I love reading things. I like learning about the magic that I wield from my goddess. And Mr. Ragnark, I'd like to learn about all of your studies eventually. That sounds very interesting. I'm here because I was told you needed a healer, and I can do that. Now I'm going to go back to my book.
I guess I'm the last on the list. I'm Exevry. I'm not going to say my last name. It's a bit of a mess. I'm just a sword for hire. Just here to be the front man for you guys.
Okay, very good. So as you're weaving through the hills, you notice a village to the west, whose neat white-walled buildings stand out among the green grass in the valley below. Around 150 feet or so ahead of you is a slight bend in the road where it passes between an outcrop of rocks and the borders of a mossy woodland. As you approach, you see a pair of men driving a small flock of sheep through the gap with the help of 4 sheepdogs. Roll for perception.
Let's go. 11.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
1 second.
I rolled a 20.
Nice.
4.
Let's go.
Wasting
Alright.
an early 20.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, man.
So, you're extremely perceptive, and you immediately can tell that something is wrong. As the dogs prick up their ears and start frantically barking, the men immediately pull long wooden clubs from their belts and start looking forward about. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke, sorry. So, they start frantically barking. The men immediately pull out long wooden clubs from their belts and start looking about, clearly distressed. In the blink of an eye, lean gray shapes burst out from both sides of the road, all launching themselves at the sheep with incredible speed. What would you like to do?
Oh my, it
We
looks
just-
like they're getting attacked.
They are getting attacked.
Maybe this might be an opportunity for me to practice some of my magic. It's been a while on this cart before I've been able to throw some offensive spells.
I'd like to immediately jump out of the carriage and go, "Quick, protect the loot!" as I run towards them.
Okay.
Onward, and I jump off as well.
All
I
right,
jump off
so
as well to stand at the front.
there's going to be 8 wolves here. Okay.
Ooh.
So, roll for initiative.
Alright.
30.
17 plus 3, dirty 20.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. So, who... Wait, so 8 a dirty 20 and what else?
I got an 18.
18. Okay, I got the lowest fucking
Do you
roll.
want us to drop our rolls in the D&D chat?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
It should be fine.
You should be able to see him on D&D Beyond anyways.
Uh,
I should probably open that, but I'm not doing that right now.
Okay.
All right, so who was first?
Caber's first with a 22.
Okay, go ahead. So one of the wolves, they're about 150 feet ahead of you. So what do you want to do?
I am going to pull my crossbow out and shoot the closest one.
You're gonna shoot the closest one. Okay. Roll for
150
damage.
feet.
Well, wait, that's a good point. I don't think I have that much range.
Yeah.
No, you'll be rolling disadvantage. Is it a light crossbow or just a crossbow? Or a hand crossbow?
It is, in fact, a light crossbow.
So your ranges are between 80 minimum and then disadvantage up to 320.
Let me
Okay,
pull
cool.
up D&D Beyond.
So you would need to move quite a lot to be in actual range
Gotcha.
if you don't want to hit with disadvantage.
What's my movement? I should probably get a little bit closer and then take a shot. My walking speed is 30 feet.
Yep, so it'd be
Okay.
120.
Stop it, Annie.
Go.
Hold on. Why can't I get to...
I'm very proficient with this crossbow. What the heck? So, well, I'm
There
still
it
at
is.
disadvantage, so... First one and the second one was 16, so I guess 16 would be my first shot.
16. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so the wolves have...
You don't tell us their AC. We have to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So you just say if it hits or not, as a 16 hit or not.
All right, help me out here. What am I rolling to see if you hit it?
No,
Look
he's
at
already
armor
rolled
class.
to see if he hit it, and then now you check the wolf's AC.
That's
which is
okay.
Armor class.
Okay, and
if
what
the
did you
number
roll, Hero?
is-
I rolled a 17 and a 16, but I had disadvantage, so you take the 16.
Okay, so you do hit.
Nice. Then I roll for damage. I do 4 damage.
Okay. 4. Okay. Hold on, I'm getting nervous. I'm like psyching myself out right now.
All right. Take your time.
All good.
Do the wolves just have any amount of health that I give them, or?
So wolves generally have a set amount of HP that you can look on the monster guide. They generally have. Let me just bring it up. 11 hit points.
Okay, because
That's the general wolf. So just an ordinary wolf has 11 hit points.
Okay, got it. So I'm just gonna put. Okay, yeah, there weren't any, so that's why I was like very confused. Okay, so that hits. So you do 4 points of damage, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, and then it is Damascus. Oh yeah, the Twitch category. Thank you. I totally forgot about that.
That'd
It's,
be me.
Alpha.
That'd be me, Alva.
Okay.
So, being the keen elf that I am, I will go, oh my god, I've got so much distance to run as I take a single step forward and I'm now in range. So I'm using a longbow. But I will use my full 35 feet of movement and prop myself up probably off the side of the path behind a tree or a rock or something like that. where I will use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark one of the wolves. Let me just double check that I've in range for that actually. Oh no, I won't be. So I won't do that. So I will just sling a single arrow down the down at one of them. Oh, that's a 12 to hit, which I think
Okay.
misses.
Let's
As I will then scream, "Oh, the long travels! They've hurt my fingers too much."
Okay, so you hit them for 12?
I rolled a 12 to hit.
Oh, doesn't hit.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's me.
Okay, go ahead. It is now your turn, sir.
I'm just
Zavir-
gonna dash
how do you
towards
What
them.
is it, Zaviri?
Exevery.
Exevery. Okay, Exevery.
Exevery.
I'm just gonna dash and then move towards them.
Okay.
That's what we can do as a melee fighter.
That's all I've got right now.
So he's now within 90 feet of them.
He's gonna run at
Okay. So now they're around 90 feet of you. Okay, so one of the wolves is gonna run up to Exevery. And
So they got 40 feet of movement, so they can probably dash and be within 10 feet of Exevery.
let's see. Now it works the same way, right? Like when I roll, my AC has to. I mean, I have
Well, they
to.
have to.
I
They
have
have to. So if they're 150 feet away, they have a speed of 40 feet, right? So they would have to use their action to dash to get within 10 feet of him, which is not within their hit range.
Okay, so he's
So
just
they would
running.
need to.
He's just
Yeah,
running
so all
at
the
you
wolves
then.
would need to use
Yeah.
all their actions to run towards him. And then that's it. That's all they can do.
That's all they can do. That's it.
Maybe zoom in.
Okay, and then it's Gragnark's turn again, right?
Back to the top.
I don't think I got a turn, but that's okay.
Didn't you?
I'll just
Roll.
Well, you
consider
can-
it
you
as
can
the
go
last
now.
turn. Yeah, it's okay. I will show you guys my magical powers. I run as close as I can, which is 25 feet of distance,
Okay.
and I cast my magic missile. It's gonna be at disadvantage, right?
Magic missile.
Is different, right?
Yeah, hang on.
I
No, it's
believe-
gonna be at disadvantage. It's gonna be at disadvantage.
No, spells. Spells. They have a set thing in it. It's not disadvantage or anything. It is a magic missile. You don't actually roll for it. It automatically hits. So range of 120 feet. So you are within range of them, and they automatically hit. So at first level, you
Grognark
get
doesn't
3
know
glowing
how to
darts.
cast spells. It was a
Oh.
disadvantage 7.
Right, that's right.
Ah,
forgot about
So I miss my shot.
Missing
it
your
fizzles
shot,
out.
man. Okay.
oh no!
So what'd you actually cast, or what'd you actually do? Like you
I threw
fired
a
a bow,
dart.
was it? Through a dart. Well, they're within. They're within 60 feet of you right now, isn't that?
I don't think I got close enough.
20 to 60 feet. If you use your movement, you're within range of them.
Oh, then if that's the case, my first one definitely hit because it was an 18.
Okay.
All right.
And how much
And
damage
so-
does it do?
It does a whole wacky 4 damage.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so are you hitting the same wolf that Alva hit?
I'm gonna assume so, as long as it's the closest.
Okay, then that wolf is dead.
I showed you guys.
So there's
Let's
7.
go!
So there's 7 wolves left. And they're all in a pack together, so they're not in like different parts of the map or anything like that. They're just all
They're
right
all
next
in
to each
a
other.
big group.
They're all in a group. Okay, so next is Caber, right?
Yep. I will spend my turn reloading my crossbow,
Okay.
and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith
Okay.
on our frontliner. I don't know how to say your name. Damascus, I don't know how to say it.
Exevry.
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 Come on.
I
Well,
cast
we went over
Shield
this.
of Fate to give you an extra +2 AC for the duration of the spell.
Cool, so that puts me up to 19 then.
Ooh,
Nice.
make you buff.
Okay, so your turn is just buffing Exevry.
Yep, I have to buff, and then I'm using that as my what's it called? My bonus action, and then
Okay.
my main action is reloading my crossbow.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now Alva's turn.
Because the wolves have now moved more into range, I'm going to run away a little bit. So I'm going to use my movement to actually get more distance of them. So I will now be, I'll be 65 feet away from them.
Okay.
So it should give me a little bit more room. Where I am now in range to use Hunter's Mark on one of them.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it, we'll just attack one at a time, and that's what I'll call out. I'll say focus one at a time.
Okay.
As I rolled a hit, and I rolled a nat one.
Okay.
Oh, oof.
Uh,
I'm gonna go get my real die, spirit back.
okay.
I'm gonna put those dice in dice jail.
Okay, well, looks like he's not hitting any wolves today. He doesn't have a bonus turn, does he? Does anyone know?
No.
Okay, so go ahead, Exevry. It's your turn.
How close are they to me right now? Are they within 10 feet now?
I'm gonna
You
say, just for the sake of saying it, they're about 30 feet in front of you.
Excellent. I'm going to use my breath weapon.
Okay. And what does
Hell
that do?
yeah.
It is a Dex DC save 11
Okay.
on all of the wolves within 30 feet of me.
All the wolves within 30 feet of you. All right. Is it like an AoE?
Yes, it's a breath weapon, so it should just be
Okay.
in
and
a
it-
line.
Hold on, I believe. What
5
is it
by
on?
30 foot line.
Okay. And let's see. You have to roll for that, right?
You
No, they
roll your
just-
dex save, so
you need to do your dex
wolves
saves,
and
have
then I roll.
a-
And then I roll the damage
Um,
afterwards.
Okay. Well,
So you-
I didn't. Wait. Is that a 9?
You roll your number +2.
No, it hits. It's gonna hit. Whatever it is, it's gonna hit.
All of them. So you roll like for each and every single wolf it would hit in a line of 5 by 30 feet.
Oh.
So
Come
you know, if
on.
there's so many wolves, it's probably going to hit 4 of them in a line. So you'll probably roll four different dice.
No, I'm gonna do it this way. 3. Okay, so you're only hitting 3 of the wolves.
Okay. Oh, it's half damage on saves, so I just need to roll my damage.
Okay.
7 times, I think it is.
Yeah, that should be
Oh,
okay.
7?
Yeah, there's 7 wolves left.
Because there's 7 wolves. And
No,
they're
no,
all in
you
the
roll
line.
you roll 1 set of damage for it.
Oh, 1 set, got you.
Yep. So 1 damage.
Well,
it-
yeah,
it-
you're rolling a 2d6.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh ho.
So 7 damage to those who failed, and
3.
3
For the one
damage
that
to
passed.
those who succeeded.
Okay, perfect. All the wolves are kind of like low, medium health right now. They're all still alive, but they're kind of like out of breath a little bit. They're starting to look at each other like, what the hell is going on here, right? So, let's see. Now it's going to be my turn. All right, so
wolves.
Exevry, one of the wolves that's like 30 feet in front of you, he's going to run right up to you. And then he's going to use, let's see here.
Just so you're aware how if wolves within 5 feet of each other, they have advantage.
Thank you.
So you can move all your wolves up into melee range and they all have advantage while trying to attack Silvery.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks,
Gang
man.
up on 'em.
Thanks. Whose side are you on?
Whose side are you on?
Oh, don't worry, you got the 19 AC.
Okay, there it
You're
is.
good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one of the wolves, hi Anna. I'm upset with you. You haven't messaged me. So one of the wolves is gonna run up to you, Xevery, and he's gonna use bite. But okay, 14. Plus 4.
That's
So
not
it's
good.
18.
Does not hit.
Does not hit? Okay.
I have 19 right now.
So you have to meet or beat 19 right now
Okay.
against Xevery.
19. All right, perfect. Okay, so that failed. I'm only attacking with the wolves in like one group. I'm not doing 7 each. So you can go ahead and go Gragnark.
Well, seeing the first magic missile was a success, here goes a second.
Okay.
Seeing how they're closer and they're distracted, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're kind of like looking at each other, and then they're looking at the one that just ran up, and they're like, what? Like, bro, come
Okay,
back
so-
here. What are you doing?
That means I've got advantage.
Probably not. No.
It-
No, it says that if an enemy is distracted, I've got advantage. So I rolled a 12 as my highest number.
That hits.
That hits. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's roll damage and the sneak bonus. It looks like my magic missile was able to do a total of 10 damage.
Okay, perfect. So one of the wolves is gonna go down. So now the wolves hear something off in the distance, and they look at each other again, and they start to frantically run away. They know they're not winning this fight. So the rest of the 6 wolves are gone. They're leaving. That's it. Goodbye. All right. So
Magic is flowing through my veins. I knew I was stronger than them.
Show everyone.
yeah, how do you
I
guys
turn
feel?
around and give Kaber a big thumbs up for the bonus AC.
Big thumbs up.
Anytime, my friend.
Anybody else have any kind words for the rest of their party?
I'm gonna walk up to Gragnark and just take a like. I'm just gonna lean in and look at his darts and be like, "Are these magical items?"
Well, of course, my parents crafted them themselves. They're world-esteemed blacksmiths. They went ahead and forged it with the highest of qualities and materials and imbued it with all the magic.
Wow, they must be really valuable.
Oh,
Oh
you
dear.
would not
Oh
believe.
no!
You would
Like-
not believe how expensive these are.
If you were to put a price range on it, like, what do you think you could like sell these for?
Well, truth be told, they're priceless. I mean, my parents crafted them. You ever have your parents make you like a toy and you just go to the convenience store and just sell it? It'll be ridiculous.
Interesting. All right, cool. And then I'll just walk away.
Okay, well, while you guys are talking, all of a sudden the shepherds are yelling out to you because you're still a couple, like, a little bit away from you. Probably about, like, 30 feet or so at this point. And they're like, I can't thank you enough for your assistance. Without you, we would have lost our flock or even worse. I know this might be a lot to ask, and we don't really have much in the way of a reward, but could you escort us back to Welton? It's not far off from here.
How much?
Ah, you'd have to talk to the village council about that. I think they'd be more than happy to reward you.
The real question for you is in which direction?
It's the same direction you guys were going before you ran into us.
Well, there's no choice. We're
Fine.
gonna be going in that direction, right?
We better get paid well.
We might as well
Oh.
help them out.
Oh, thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it. Here, you guys can ride with us, since it looks like the carriage got a little messed up back there.
It did?
Yeah, it looks like one of the guys just, like, messed up somehow, and he got so scared with the wolves that he just kind of, like, accidentally messed up one of the tires, and now it's kind of, like, lopsided. So now you gotta ride
Zebra
with the
jumped
shepherds.
off and broke the suspension.
Yeah,
Oh,
he got
no.
it. Yeah, he, like,
I'm
jumped
not
off.
that heavy.
He ran into
It was
the
a Jeep.
woods. Yeah, he's just a silly little guy, you know? So,
I told you we should have got a 4x4.
You should have got a 4x4. Okay, so you guys are gonna be sitting with the shepherds, just chilling. The sheep are riding alongside of their carriages and stuff. And one of the shepherds is gonna look at all of you as a group and say, thank you for your help. This never used to be a thing. All this started when the sorcerer, Father Merrickson's brother, upped and disappeared. Not that I'd hear a word against him. Of course, but it makes you think, don't it? And then the first sign that we saw that something unusual was going on came when the Petersons up on Spurks Hill had a dozen sheep snatched from inside a barn. Their boy got thrashed, something awful, for failing close to it. Failing close to it. But a week later, the exact same thing happened, even though old Peterson had locked up himself. Any questions?
I'm just gonna say, when did I ask?
Any
These guys
questions?
probably just started talking for no reason, and I'm just gonna go, when did I ask?
Well, the
Well,
wolves did seem a little bit strange when we were fighting them. They
They
seemed to be
are.
coordinated.
they are. They've just been coming and attacking us, and we don't know why. Wheatley, who sells pots and pans and ointments here, he was chased off by his cart by a pack of wolves. Says they appeared from the trees as if it was by magic. And when he went back with some village lads, the horses were gone, and so were the 3 sacks. A thick leather. I'm having a stroke. A thick leather he were planning to trade.
Huh.
And then another old shepherd named Grimstone, up by Carnby Way, was watching his flock when he heard calling from the trees, begging for help. It's been crazy. We've been attacked so much. Do you think you guys would be able to help us?
Wait, did you say a wizard?
Well, Father Merrickson's brother, he up and disappeared. He was kind of like the sorcerer of this town. He kind of helped us out. And then when he
So you're
disappeared,
saying he'll have magical items?
I don't know. We haven't seen him. You might have to ask his brother.
Do you by any chance know Father Merrickson's brother's name? I might have gone to college with him.
His brother's name. We just call him Priest around here.
Well, my contacts list is limited, but it's not impossible to try to find a wizard with the name Priest behind it. I'll go through my list.
Well, no, we call the brother Priest, but Father Merrickson's brother is the sorcerer, who's supposed to protect our town, but he's gone. We have no idea where he is.
Right. Sorcerer's brother, Priest.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't
It's very
follow that
confusing
name.
family lineage. They're having a lot of hard times. But let me tell you one more story before we get to town, okay? So a month or so ago, a band of blokes from the village went out to hunt the wolves. They tracked them back to their den. But soon as they were in the darkest part of the woods, they were ambushed. I wasn't there myself, but some of them tell of booming thunder, others of busts of fire. It sounded like an unholy mess. Anyway, a halfling named Featherrock, decent shepherd, was hurt real bad in the fight. All the others thought he was dead, but the next morning he's found dumped on the Wesley's doorstep near the woods. Poor man hasn't been the same since. Tells wild tales of voices in the night. Cracked in the head, they say. But anyway, we're at the town, so thanks for listening.
Not like we had a choice.
He glares at you and then sticks his middle finger up in the air while your head's turned, so you can't see it.
Well, I get to finally stretch out my little mage legs.
This is
I hop out of
true.
the cart.
You do. So you all jump out of the cart?
Yep.
All right.
Being careful not to break this one.
Hang on, so who do we get
I'm
paid?
very slowly getting out this time.
So who was it? The village dude was paying us?
So you'll have to talk to the village council, and eventually you'll get to them. But after some time and more stories are exchanged, you eventually come up to Welton, which sits on the banks of a slow-moving river, with gentle hills rising up on each side. The houses and shops are mostly made of oak, painted bright white, and many have elaborate carvings worked into the eaves. You watch as humans, halflings, and dwarves go about their day. Roll perception.
All right.
It's a 14.
Thank you for the follow, Jonesy.
I got a 15.
23.
15.
Okay. So you notice that there are more people idling in the streets than you may expect at this time of year. You overhear children complaining of hunger and parents worried about food shortages. Okay. So the shepherds turn and look at you as they walk into the town as well. And one of the other ones, not the one that gave the middle finger to Alva, but the other one goes, "Hey, welcome to the home of Welton. Thank you for escorting us here. It isn't much, but allow us to get you some drinks over at the Shepherd's Crook Inn, just over yonder." He points to the largest building in the village, which looks quite old, and sits opposite both the Growers' Hall and the Fleecers' Hall.
Ooh, I think
I
I'd
motion-
partake of that.
And then
I motion towards him. I say, I would love some alcohol, but it really messes with my magic. Do you guys have some milk?
I'm sure they will. Let's go have a look and see what we can find.
Oh boy,
sh-
milk.
the shepherds raise their hands at you as you guys are walking away, and they yell, "We just need to finish tending to our sheep, but we'll be over there shortly." And then,
Cool story.
okay, the other one shoves his middle finger back up at you in the air. He's sick of your shit. He said, fuck this guy. Alright, let's see here. So you guys are heading over to the inn?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see. Bear with me a moment. There it is. Okay, Shepherd's Inn. Alright. So,
Is there like a door to enter?
yeah, so you're gonna come up through the doors, right? You're entering an extremely crowded tavern where tanned and weather-beaten shepherds in woolen cloaks smoke all along with these stemmed pipes, drinking cider and muttering amongst themselves. And then a small group of young men and women nurse their drinks, but they're mostly quiet. They're in different corners. So as you make your way to the bar, you see a surly-looking dwarven woman tending to guests. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Some drinks, please.
Some drinks? Any reason you're in town? We don't usually get a lot of visitors here. Oh,
We help some really talkative and annoying sheep working people.
Sheep working people.
I think they're called herders.
So are
They're
you
called
guys-
shepherds.
are you guys like adventurers or something?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's.
Yes, I guess that's a good.
I'm on a field trip.
Huh, you don't sound too sure about that. Are you not adventurers?
I mean, I adventure.
I just hit things.
Hmm.
I like to
See,
heal.
that's
I'm
an
pretty sure
adventuring
they
thing
were-
to do.
I'm pretty sure they were assigned by my college, but you know.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. That's really the best news. If you're serious, I'd love to offer you room to stay and food to eat. We do love adventurers here.
I won't say no to free food.
As long as there's milk.
Milk? Yeah, I think we have some milk. That should be okay.
Wonderful.
So
You guys go get a seat, and I'll get the drinks and whatnot and bring it over to you.
Oh yes.
all right. So Alva, as you're getting the drinks, you notice a few of the tavern patrons who were listening in perk up and seem excited at the prospect of someone helping with their wolf troubles. Everybody else is sitting down at a table waiting for you.
I want to ask the barmaid if she has any milk-based alcohol.
Her name's Lenore. So let's
Yep.
see.
So have you got any milk milk-based alcohol by chance?
Milk-based alcohol. Milk-based alcohol.
Yeah, like a milk mead. You know, something simple.
Well, I could maybe mix something together for you, but what's in it for me?
I'll pay you. Obviously.
Oh. Well, since I was gonna give you everything for free, I think I'll take that. Yeah, that
Cool.
sounds good. Let me have like 1 copper piece and we'll call it even.
I'll give her a silver and be like, keep quiet about this.
Oh. She slides her hand over just to slowly take it, kind of cups it in there and goes, absolutely. If you need anything else, you let me know. So now she goes and she gets the drinks and she brings them back out and she marks the one with like a little blue on the handle so you know which one is the alcoholic beverage.
Excellent. And when I take the drinks back, I will go. All right, everyone, here's all your drinks, and I'll go. Gragnock, here's your milk.
Oh, goody!
As I'll
Finally!
hand it. As I'll give it to you.
I sniffed the milk. It seems a little bit suspicious to me. Can I
Roll for
roll
perception.
for?
I'll tell you, it's a local delicacy here. It's bred from one of their more local cows, and I'll happily roll a deception for this.
Yeah, okay, roll for deception and roll for perception.
I rolled a
insight
9.
for him. It'll be insight for him.
Wait, what did you roll?
9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not. You think it's fine. You think you're
Oh,
making
I'm-
And my deception is a 18.
Ah!
Perfect.
Yeah, you sorry, buddy. You drink that milk.
Oh boy, it kind of tastes like Norwegian cows, but I didn't think Norwegian cows would be in this area. Interesting.
Drink it up, bud, and I'll make you drink it quicker by holding the mug up to your face a bit harder.
Hey, don't let's go.
Tip it up, tip it up.
Yeah. Come on, Gragnock, this is adventuring. Drink faster. Here, I'll go get you some more.
A real man drinks their drink quickly.
Yeah,
Guys,
I'll go get even more drinks as well, the same stuff.
I could only have like a cup or two before I need to go to sleep.
It's milk. It'll help you sleep.
I shouldn't be
Now-
sleeping. We're adventuring.
Now, just so you're aware, some DMs will roll it as a con save to see how drunk people get.
Oh. Do I just roll a d20 for that?
So no, you'll get them to roll a con save to see if they actually do end up drunk. If they are drunk.
Oh no,
quite a
he
lot.
failed. He's drunk. He's just
yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. You're drunk, buddy. You're a little drunk.
I agree.
Okay. So you better better play that up a little bit.
I'll do my best.
Alva, did you spike my drink? Why are there 7 heads in the room?
Oh, come on, Gragnock. I think you're a bit funny, mate. I think you need to go to sleep. I'll take
Somebody's-
you to bed.
Casted an enchantment on my eyes.
Yeah, you need to go to bed, mate. It must be you getting tired in this area. You need to go to bed.
Like,
Come
grow
on,
an extra finger.
come on. I'll
behind my mug right now.
I'll swaddle him in my arms as I carry him to a bed or something to rest in.
So as you're carrying Gragnark, Lenore stops you and she goes, "Hey, before you guys do anything, right in the room over here, there is the council's actually in there, and they're meeting. So maybe you want to just head over there and see
Maybe we
if."
put Gragnark in there and see what happens.
Oh lord.
I'll put the little one to bed first. I'll tell
Yeah,
the
are
other two to
you
go.
sure he's okay over there? I mean,
I'm older than you guys. I'm 44 years old.
Shut up and
Yeah.
suckle another beer. I mean, another milk.
if you
And
guys want, if you guys want, I can watch him at the table for a little bit while you go to the council room. But they definitely want to meet you guys and thank you for saving the sheep.
Just don't let him fire any missiles.
Okay, yeah, no magic missiles in here, buddy. I'll get my husband to kick you the fuck out of here. Okay, you understand?
I don't like being kicked.
Yeah, he's very strong too. So you better watch
That was
yourself.
a fun game in my village. So I'll walk towards the council guys.
Yes, I'll follow Alva's step as well.
I'll follow behind the pair of them.
Okay, perfect. So you guys are gonna enter. Wait, you're going towards the council room, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So the council room. Okay, so as you make your way to the door, you can hear raised voices inside. Roll for perception.
Boy.
13.
Okay.
That would be a dirty 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are killing it. So you're able to make out an argument about whether the village should stop exporting its grain and other food while the crisis with the wolves remains unresolved. Do you enter the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So you enter a plain room centered on a large wooden table with 8 chairs set around it. 5 of the chairs are filled with human men, 1 by a human woman, and 2 by halflings, 1 male and 1 female. The group of people turn to you as you enter, and one shouts, "Who are you, and what do you want? We're in a private meeting."
Hi, I'm Alva.
I am Xavery.
I'm Kabir.
We got told to come see you guys because of some saving of a shepherd or something, or rather, we killed some wolves.
Huh. So you guys are here because of the wolves. Are you here to help
No,
us?
We're here for
Sure.
money.
Well, I mean, you gotta pay?
So, listen. We can pay something, but you have to get the job done first. We're not gonna pay you guys anything unless you could take care of this wolf problem.
I'm not some two-bit adventurer. I know how to kill some wolves.
Okay. Well, we're offering 800 gold if you can kill these wolves.
You would notice that my ears would prick up as, you'll probably hear a cha-ching in my head. Absolutely, we can do that for you. No worries. But you just tell us where, when, and how, and we'll get it done.
Perfect.
I
You want me to
down
burn
to
the forest
Alva
down? I'll happily burn the forest down.
Perfect.
I lean down to Alva and ask, what's 800 mean?
What's 800?
It means you share 100, and I get the rest.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, guys. We've been having a really hard time of it lately, okay? It's not easy. And then a man suddenly sits a little farther up in his chair, more straight. And this is the man that you are assuming to be Father Merrickson. And he goes, "My name is Father Merrickson. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm sure you've heard of our troubles with the wolves already. They've been driving people out of the farms and outlying hamlets, taking entire herds of sheep, as well as cattle, pigs, and chickens. They've been acting in a way that is unusual, effective, such as ambushing shepherds as they move their flocks, opening gates, and pulling down fences. There have always been wolves in the woods, but in the space of 3 months, they have gone from nuisance to a major threat to the village." Then Tillis jumps in and says, "People have been abandoning their farms out of fear, leaving the village entirely. And now we must decide whether to stop exporting the crops that have already been harvested and risk bankruptcy or just go hungry. Without our credit rating, we'll have nothing. Without our people, we'll have nothing." And then Father Merrickson chimes in and says, clearly exhausted from having to repeat himself, "We sent out a posse of men to go and hunt down the wolves, but they were attacked in the woods and driven back. The village's usual protector, my brother, a sorcerer named Alexei, went missing at around the same time the attacks began, forcing us to turn to professional adventurers for aid." Tillis reacts very angrily to this, and he says, "It's probably thanks to your brother that we would have to have this problem at all." And then Father says, "You know nothing of my brother. He's always tried to help." And then he says, "Anyway, we're in dire need of assistance. You're the first group of adventurers to make our way to our town, so we'll give you the 800 gold if you can help us out." And you...
I'm sure we can do that.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Perfect.
I just give a thumbs up.
Alright, we're truly grateful for your assistance. May Pellar guide you to success. If you speak with Corral over here, he can help you with specific information about the land. He's been working on the hills for the best part of 40 years. No one knows the area better than him. He says while pointing to a human counselor with a tuft of wool tied to his vest. If you excuse me, I have to attend to Feather Rock. So then Corel walks up to you guys and he kind of looks around you. He thinks you're an odd set of people. You know, he actually sniffs you because he's just kind of like, And then he takes 2 steps back and he looks directly at all 3 of you and he goes, "The pleasure's mine. As you can see, this issue has become quite severe. Do you have any thoughts of on an attack plan?"
Well, generally wolves, it's just corner and conquer.
Uh-huh. Anyone else in the group?
Well, it seemed when we picked one off, they seemed to all get a little flabbergasted and they ran away.
Yeah, but you haven't
So they're
seen these
definitely not
wolves.
regular wolves,
You haven't
right?
seen these wolves at night.
Well, that is true.
What about you, Xevry?
I just hit.
Okay, not a lot going up there, huh, buddy?
What?
He's a dragonborn. They're not really known for their smarts.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, he's just got a really big sword.
Well, generally, where do you know the location of where these wolves are primarily hiding? Where their den is, perhaps?
Yeah, so they're gonna be mostly like out of to the western woods, and there might be a trail over there. They were howling in that direction last night. We might be able to lure them out too, and offer my flock as bait. I just don't want to lose my sheep. So, I mean, if we lose a sheep, then you guys are not getting paid, and I'm gonna make sure of that.
Well, I am a ranger. I'm quite good and proficient in the woods and the forest, so I don't think we'll need to sacrifice your sheep to track down any wolves.
All right, perfect. And then you guys just have to promise you'll protect me.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Yes, or else we won't get paid.
As I look at him with a very stone cold face and just say sure.
Yeah, he gazes at you. He looks you up and down because he knows he's better than you. And then he just goes, uh-huh. And he cracks a smirk. And then he looks behind you and he sees that Gragnark over there is drooling on the table. He goes, "Is your buddy okay over there?"
He's fine. He just drank too much milk.
He's got
Mead.
a bit of a lactose
Milk mead.
intolerance.
He drank milk mead.
Well, before you guys do anything, I think you guys should go talk to Feather Rock. I'm sure if you talk to Lenore, she'll tell you where to go.
Ah, yes, that was the one who got injured, right?
Yeah, the guy's been through a lot. Just be gentle with him when you talk to him, okay?
Understood.
I'll go pick up Gragnark as he's sleeping and whisk him over my shoulder, and we'll go talk to Featherrock.
Okay.
Are you my mommy?
Well, you gotta talk to Lenore first. You don't know where Feather Rock is.
Yep.
Hello, Lenore. We would like to see this Featherrock character.
Feather Rock, what do you want with him?
Well, we'd like to see what he knows about these strange wolves you have.
What would you talk to about with the council? What'd they say? What's going on over there?
Well, we are
A lot of
going
questions
hunting.
for a barkeep.
Oh, this
These
is
wolves.
my inn, and what I say goes. These are my rules, these are my patrons, and everybody in this town comes here for ale. We need to know what's going on.
Mhm.
Plus,
Yes, it's their livelihood at danger, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Said, well, yes, it's their livelihood at danger, Alva. We need to be empathetic.
I like this caber guy. He knows what's going on. Knows how to talk to the people. Unlike this fucking raggedy elf over here.
Okay. Racism. Just because you humans can't survive for more than 50 years without curling over and dying
I'm not a
doesn't mean
human.
you have to resort to rape.
Are you fucking blind? I'm a dwarf. What's wrong with
I'm
you?
just distracted with the ceiling right now.
You're pretty tall for a dwarf then. I just thought you were
Yeah.
a short human.
That's why my husband loves me. That's why he loves
I'm gonna
me.
leave that be there.
Just gonna leave that sit there, huh?
Yep.
She glares at you, then she looks at Caber. She goes, you know what? I like you. I don't like that fucking elf, though. So, I'm gonna tell you where you can find the room, and you can lead the party up there and go talk to him. So, you're
Oh.
gonna find Featherrock's room upstairs. And it's gonna be on the first room, behind the staircase, on the right. Okay? But just be nice when you talk to him. The poor guy's been through a lot. Alright?
Understood. Understood.
Okay.
Alva, would you like to talk to him first so you can practice on your empathy?
Sure.
Perfect.
Lenore yells, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh no, give him a chance.
Are we taking Gragnak with us upstairs?
Of course.
Yeah, you gotta wake him
Alright.
up. You should smack him around, maybe.
No. I'm just gonna gently lift him up with my.
We can hang him off the banister for a bit.
Yeah, I'll just, I'll go put him to bed. He needs to go to bed. I think
Okay.
that's best.
That
And,
dwarf has
Good
an
night, Nick.
oligarchy over this town.
Oligarchy. That's a big
What?
word.
What that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Wait,
What does that mean, Gragnak?
chat, their names are on their portraits.
Controls the alcohol, and nobody else can make any. It's an oligarchy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say
All
Olive
right.
Garden?
An Olive Garden.
Sure, why not?
Ooh,
I'm gonna place Gragnak in a bed. While I'm doing that, Gragnak, where's your darts? Where do they sit?
Oh Lord.
It's on your hip.
No.
They are in my pocket.
Cool. As I'm putting you to bed, I'm gonna steal them.
Oh my god.
Can I roll sleight of hand?
Go ahead.
I'll be rolling sleight of hand. You'll probably be rolling against that for perception. As
Okay.
generally, so you
Wait,
have to
is
notice
he-
me
Is
doing
he
it.
stealing it or is he trying to?
Yeah, I'm gonna pocket his darts. So he
Yeah,
has to perceive my sleight of hand.
yeah, you have to perceive it.
Oof.
I rolled a 16, ignore the 22.
Okay. So I rolled a 13 on the dice plus 7. That's 20.
Wait, and what did
So,
what did you roll, Grognark?
16.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Alright.
So
Lord.
I'm gonna leave you with one of your darts, and I'm gonna use the excuse that you lost them while drunk, and take the others.
Dear God.
Alright.
Press-
And then yeah, just pocket them, and I'll inspect them a little bit later.
Oh man, poor Grognark. So are you guys?
I will send you my darts right now. I'll send it to you in a DM.
No, they're not gonna kill everyone. All right,
That's
so
fine.
are you guys heading towards Featherrock's room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you go ahead and you walk behind the staircase and you go to the first door. And you enter a small but well-appointed room with fresh flowers on the dresser. A halfling lies in the bed, white-faced and soaked in his own sweat. His left arm bandaged, as well as his right leg. Father Merrickson places a cool cloth atop of his forehead and welcomes you all in. I see you're hoping to gather
I
a
lean
bit.
down to Kyber and go, do they get that small?
Do they get
Yes,
that?
they do.
They do
Yes,
get
they
that
do.
small. Anybody else have any comments?
Hello, Father. What
Hi.
what happened to this young fellow? He's
Oh.
honestly much worse for wear than we were expecting.
Well, I see you're hoping to gather a bit more information before you head off. You're gonna want to talk to him. Just be gentle with him, okay? He's been quite through a bit, and it's not my story to tell. All right. And then the father's gonna get up and he's gonna walk out of the room and close the door so that you guys can have some privacy with Featherrock.
Quick,
I'm going
start interrogating him.
We just start interrogating him. No, now we have to be gentle with him.
Sword?
No, no sword.
Feather Rock kind of
Aw.
like looks at you guys a little confused, and he goes, "Who are you?"
What?
We are an adventuring party here to defeat the wolves.
I wave just happily behind them.
Yeah, you know what I pictured when you said it like that? I pictured a Flynn Rider from Tangled. Just
That
now.
is literally what I'm playing right now. Yes, I'm actually playing Flynn Rider, like legitimately.
That's literally what I pictured just now. I can
Yeah,
hear
I am-
Egg.
That
I
is
can hear-
literally like anything I do. Picture it as Flynn Rider.
Okay, because that's exactly what I pictured. I pictured Flynn Rider. Alright, he's my favorite. I love him. Alright.
And I'd be like, tell us what you know so we can kill these wolves.
Alright, so Feather Rock looks a bit shell-shocked, but seems as though he might be willing to speak. The village had sent us to hunt down these godforsaken wolves. It was dark when they attacked. They ripped through my arm and I was trampled as the other men fled. It's hard to remember. I blacked out, but every so often I faded back into consciousness. I remember hearing gruff voices arguing in the darkness and a powerful grip on my ankle.
Voices where wolves are? That's odd.
Yeah.
They did say that the wolves act even stranger at night. Did you go at night to fight these wolves?
I think it was near dusk when we left, but he looks at all of you very meekly. And he says, "Look, I know you may not believe me, nobody here does, but those wolves were talking. They were arguing over whether they should eat me or not." And just
I'm
as
gonna
he
put my hand on his shoulder and be like, I believe you, because I think I know who did this.
And just as he finishes his sentence, Father Merrickson enters the room, and Featherrock breaks down in tears. So Father Merrickson looks at all of you, and he goes, "I hope you're able to gather all the information that you needed. He's been like this ever since. Please give him some space. If you need anything else, speak with Corral."
No worries.
Of course.
And,
Thank you for giving us the time.
As we're leaving, I'm just going to whisper out of earshot of Father Merrickson, and I'm gonna go, I think he and his brother are in on this.
Yes, it was quite strange how his emotions seemed to shift as soon as he entered. I mean, we were just getting to the good part.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind betting that these dark, mysterious things are caused by this brother that's gone missing, and I think Father Merrickson over there is involved somehow. Let's keep an eye on him, just in case.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Well,
So, what time would it be about now? How?
it's gonna be about maybe about 6 p.m. You guys are
6
kind of
p.m.?
yeah. Party's starting to feel a little hungry, a little peckish, you know.
While we're just, kind of browsing around and whatnot, I'm
Yeah.
just going to have a really quick check at these darts, just under secrecy a little bit, and just check them out and see, how magical they are as, I open the bag of the darts and with my,
Sure.
my excitement to
Roll-
notice that they are ordinary darts.
Roll a perception.
That is a 17.
So you do open the bag and you notice that the darts do look a little unusual, but then you see that they're wrapped in something. So as you're unwrapping, it says, "Haha, loser, I wasn't really drunk."
So I have his darts wrapped in something.
Yeah.
And he called me a loser.
And called you a loser.
Cool. I'm just throwing him in a corner. He can find them now.
Yeah. Haha, loser, I wasn't really drunk. That's what he said. You have,
Yep. So,
you have
yeah,
anything
I'm
you
literally
want to
just
say
be
to him?
like, I'm literally just going yeet and just follow the rest of the group.
And right-
God.
Right now, Grognark's still sleeping, right?
He's in a bed, yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor fella.
All right. So
So
what
I
do
would
you
have
guys
dropped
want to
them
do?
like I would have dropped them like literally where the top of the stairs are. It would just be pretty much out front of his door where the darts are.
Okay.
So he'll find them pretty much as soon as he leaves the bedroom.
Okay, well, that's good. What else? What else are you guys thinking? What are you? You gonna go back down to the first floor? You gonna venture out a little bit? You want to speak to Corral?
I think we'll speak to Corral, go have a meal, and then maybe just talk, like move around the tavern, just talk to people and see what the information they have on the wolves. I think would be best.
Yeah, do a little bit of reconnaissance as well would be
Yeah.
good. They said that at night the wolves are strange.
Stranger than they are during the day.
Strange.
They're always strange, but at night for some reason it just is like 30 times worse.
So it
Something
might
tells
be
me we
worth,
shouldn't hunt them at night, right?
Nah, I don't think so either. I think, well, maybe like if anything, we start during the day, find out where these wolves are hiding, quote unquote, or find any like evidence of the other brother, and then approach it more towards dusk if we're able to cull any wolves down and thin the numbers.
Sounds like a good idea.
So yeah, we'll go talk to the other person first. and then,
Corral?
yeah, Corral, that's the one.
Okay. So, what do you walk downstairs, I'm assuming?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're going back to the first floor of the inn. And then you see Corral standing over by the bar talking to Lenore.
Alright, we'll approach and what are we talking to Corral for again?
Well, he's gonna be your tracker, essentially.
But I'm the
Ah.
tracker. We don't need him. I'm the tracker here.
Yeah, but
I'm
he's
better.
been on this land for 40 years. You already said you were gonna take his help.
Do we?
Yep.
Alright then, fine. I'll allow it.
You already did.
Yo, wow. That's our man.
He already did allow it. He said he was gonna maybe use his sheep to lure out the wolves. And you said, alright, yeah, we could do that.
Oh, so we don't need to use his sheep because I'm an expert tracker in the forests.
Well, you said that you could... Did you forget this whole conversation that just happened? You
Yeah, we
said...
just had the conversation.
Yeah, we
dude.
just had this conversation. You said that you were a good tracker as well. And he said, alright, well, you guys better protect me and my sheep. Otherwise, I'm going to make sure you don't get a son of that gold. And you said, yeah, we're proficient. Don't worry.
And I said, don't worry. We won't need to sacrifice your sheep if need be. if we track
Right,
them."
right. But this is like...
Fine, I'll sack the sheep.
Okay, that's it. Alva suddenly dies by drinking poisoned ale.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Alright, so yeah, we'll go back talk to Corral and see when is a good time that he would like to go out. Probably tomorrow.
Okay, so what do you say to him? You walk up to him, you see him talking to
Yeah,
Lenore.
so I'll just ask for a bit of his time and see what time he would like to go out tomorrow to scout out for these wolves and see if we can find some evidence.
Okay, so I'm Corral. Hi. I'm talking to Lenore over here, buddy. What's going on? Did you talk to Featherrock upstairs?
Yeah, he gave us some pretty interesting information.
What
Something
do you-
about talking and voices around these wolves.
Yeah, he's been saying that for a few days now. We're starting to get a little worried about him. Do you believe there's any truth to that?
I believe there's all truth to people's words.
What about you, Caber? What do you think?
Seems to have been very shaken by it, so the truth could be here or there, but something definitely happened to him, poor fellow.
What about you, Dragon Boy? What do you think?
Huh?
Tell Hello, Earth the Dragon Boy, I'm looking at you. Come on. I know that's not just pretty armor you got around you. There's gotta be
I'm kinda
something
just-
in there.
I'm just kind of spinning around trying to find the voice talking to me.
I'm gonna grab his shoulders and like
down
point him
here.
towards to Corel and be like, "Over there, buddy. He's right there in front of you."
Hello.
Like angle his face.
You see Corel
Yes.
waving his hands in front of your face, both of
Yeah.
them, like
I
wave.
wave back
Tilt your
at him
head
happily.
down.
Alright, Corel puts his hand to his forehead and goes, my god, and then he looks at Alba. Alba, you have to deal with this shit every day? What's going on here?
Every day. I just met these guys.
Oh, I heard from Gragnark before, you guys took him to sleep, that you guys were traveling for a few days.
Yeah, just a few days. Yeah, I mean that's pretty recent.
Yeah, and is that what you've had to deal with for a few days? Just like no brain up there, smooth, very smooth.
Yeah, generally when it comes to Dragonborns, it's like cuddling that lost puppy. Sometimes you got to push it in the right direction, and sometimes that direction is off a cliff.
All right, I think I got an idea actually. Lenore, do me a favor, go get me some meat real quick. Lenore goes to the back and she yells at her husband and goes, "Hey, honey, give me some meat!" And he goes, "Okay, dear." And he comes out with
That's
this.
not the first time she said that.
He comes out with this
Yo.
plate of meat, and they're in thin slices. And then he goes and he takes it and he puts it in front of his face. Corel, he puts it in front of the dragon's face, right? Exebri. And he goes, "Hey, buddy, look what I got here." Right? And he's like dangling it in front of him. And he goes,
It's like
"Come on.
puppy dog eyes.
Come on, use your words. Use your words.
Please,
Please what?"
please meet.
Okay. And then he tosses it and he catches it in his mouth. And he goes,
I kind
"Well,
of sprint into a corner happily, just chewing on the meat.
Well, that
He-
was
he's-
that was fun while it
that
lasted."
jerky that might keep him for a minute or two.
No, I thought raw meat would suit him.
It'll give him 30 seconds. He'll be through that.
Don't worry, there's a couple more pieces over here, but I want to try and get some more information out of that guy. He's got to know something. I'm sure meat will be a good, enticing way for him to start talking.
Yeah, look, I was going to use the whole food approach, but I
Straight
would
up.
have ran out very quickly.
I see. So, you guys want to talk strategy about this whole wolf?
Yeah, I'd like to know what time you think would be best to go out tomorrow to go scout out any potential evidence for these wolves.
So, I'm thinking we go around 3 a.m. We want them when they're still kind of active and when they're starting to go to sleep so we could see where they are and what's going on. And then we'll use my sheep as maybe, I don't want to take all of them. We'll take like 5 of them, okay? Because I really like my sheep. They're fluffy and I've named them all, okay? There's Serena, there's Floopy, there's
I didn't ask.
Floppy. He glares at you. He waits for an apology.
I kind of happily jaunt back after finishing my meat.
You're lucky this big fucking thing's over here. And then there's Bunny Princess, and there's also Matilda. Those are my sheep.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, buddy. Don't hate the player, hate the game, okay? So then, he throws another piece of meat at Exebri.
I happily catch it in my mouth.
And run back into the corner.
Back into the corner.
Okay. So it's clear that I think we should do something like that. We'll see where they are, maybe lure them out, and then maybe if we fight them again, who knows? They might run back to their den, or maybe something else that might happen. I'm really not too sure. We don't know what's going on with them.
Alright, well, maybe then we should look to at least track one of them down, because I'll be able to use something to track them at very long distances.
Yeah, this is just an idea. Well, I think we'll have a better idea once we're out there and we can actually see what's going on. But It's been such a long day between the council and Feather Rock and you guys coming in and, I think it's been a lot for everybody here, especially everyone in town. But they all seem a lot happier now that we have someone who's come to finally help us.
Oh, well then, if we're to be up at 3 a.m. tomorrow, then I believe food in us and maybe have a nice long rest.
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds like a plan.
He throws the rest of the meat at Xebri, and then he just goes out the door. And before he walks out, he looks back and he goes, "I'll be picking you guys up at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you're awake and downstairs. I don't want to come upstairs for you."
Sounds good.
Oh, and also, make sure that wizard friend of yours is up to par. Alright?
He'll be fine. I assure it.
Alright, good. So what do you guys do now? Gonna eat? Gonna
Yeah,
talk?
probably gonna eat and just listen to
Well,
anything maybe that's been like whispered around the tavern about any of these wolves or about the father or the brother or
yeah.
anything. Yeah,
Okay, so
just keeping an ear out.
there are 4 people in the bar right now, and 2 of them are sitting across from each other. One is another dragonborn, and the second one is gonna be a halfling, and they look like they're laughing and just having a good time. And then there's one in the corner. You don't know if it's a human. You don't know what it is exactly. They're wearing a very large cape, and they have their mouth covered. And they're just kind of chilling. They have ale in their hand. And then you have one more person who's sitting at the actual bar with Lenore, and he's eating some food.
Yeah, so he's got his mouth full, but he's drinking. Oh, he's got his mouth covered, but he's drinking.
Well, he's just holding
He's
the
drinking through
ale.
the mask.
All right, so
just
it's just holding.
Yeah, he's just holding it. He's just looking cool, you know.
He's just aura farming.
Yeah, he's aura
He's
farming.
aura maxing right now.
Yeah, he's aura farming. He's like Aragorn when you first see him in Lord of the Rings.
All right, guys, he's gonna save us later. We'll be fine. Hang on, is there any hobbits around here? Hang on, let's find some hobbits.
There's no hobbits. There's no hobbits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so just probably gonna ask Lenore for a nice hearty meal, and just again keep an ear out primarily for just any people just talking about the wolves or whatnot, and just try kind of semi keep to myself a little bit.
Okay. Roll for perception.
Oh shit, that's a 24.
I'm just not gonna roll then.
You hear just slight talks coming from the table with the dragonborn and the halfling, and they're not talking about anything important. They're actually on their honeymoon. It's very surprising. You wouldn't think that those two would be a match, but here we are. No racism in this day and age, so they're
Unless
just.
you're unless you're the barkeep.
Wait, what'd you say?
Unless you're the barkeep.
Unless you're the barkeep, fucking elf.
I'm just gonna look over, and I'm kind of just gonna semi stare as I'm very much trying to think of the logistics of how that works. And if they look over, it's going to be very obvious that I'm staring, but I'll have a very puzzled look on my face.
So the halfling looks at you for half a second. She could feel the stare, and then she gives you that smile, like, okay, and then she looks back at her newly husband, dragonborn man.
Hey, Kaba,
Yes.
do you think she just spins on it? That's how it's just look towards them.
Well, I kind of
Like what?
size her up with them as well. I'm like,
What would the scales feel like? How?
I I don't know. Do you think it would be? Do you think it's? Wait. No, we can't do that to our friend yet. I don't think that's appropriate. Do you think it's ribbed for her pleasure, maybe?
I don't know. Like the logistics are really confusing me, and I'm just trying to figure it out, and it's got me puzzled.
It is interesting. Well, sorry. I close up my book because I've been very absent-mindedly thinking about it. It's like, you've got me completely enthralled now. Should we talk to them? Ask them about it?
No, they're on what looks to be their honeymoon or something. Let's not bug them. Wait, we have our own
wait.
dragonborn.
Yeah, but wait, think about it. Why are they on their
Oh, no.
honeymoon here? I thought they said they didn't get many people visiting.
Or maybe they're too poor to go anywhere.
That is fair. That is fair. You know,
Hey,
dragonborn.
It's have you ever laid with a small person?
What?
Hang on, as I pull some meat in Blaven's face. Have you jiggle ever jiggle laid with a short person before?
No.
Oh, well, you're boring. I'll throw the meat away.
I chase after it.
He's a strange fellow, isn't he?
Yeah.
Thanks, Darkness.
Yeah. I'm wondering if his intelligence goes up when he swings a sword, though.
Yeah?
I know, seriously. You gotta
We
be
didn't
able.
actually see him do much.
You gotta be able to form some words in there, Xebri. Come on.
Lightning breath strong, hurt wolf.
Like Grok
Yeah, that
from
did
Vox Machina.
Well, he's not wrong. That did do quite a lot of damage to the wolves.
We'll have to see how he performs later on and see his critical thinking skills in combat. That's where it really matters.
Yes, of course.
So, you guys ordered food, you're drinking, you're talking, you're having a good time, and
Yep.
Just
Just vibing.
Gragnark suddenly comes downstairs, and he's like, "Oh man, that was a great nap," and then he looks at all of you eating.
Ragnark, our friend, we saved some food for you.
Oh, I forgot
Don't-
all about him.
Don't speak down to me. Do you know how difficult it was to reach the doorknob?
Oh, right. I took the step. My bad.
I approach the table and struggle to get up onto the high chairs and look at what is being served in front of us.
So what you see down in front of you is gonna be the best that they got for the adventurers, because they're very grateful that you're gonna be helping them. So you're gonna have a couple ribeyes, some mashed potatoes, some green beans, and some ale.
Finally,
Big,
some
big
good food.
jugs.
I'm not touching the milk anymore.
Oh, Greg, that milk you drank, it was apparently off. Here, I'll actually go get you some real milk, and I actually will get him some real milk this time.
I'm
See,
reluctant to even consider it as a beverage.
Lenore looks at Gragnark and goes, "Don't worry, I didn't spike it this time."
We've traumatized.
See, she drugged you. She drugged you, wasn't me.
Lenore looks at you, Alva, and says, "Are you fucking kidding me, Elf?"
I'm not the racist one of you.
Then she
I
looks.
trust my own kin over this elf. I'm good. I'm not touching any beverages tonight. I don't care how dry the steak is.
Hey, my husband doesn't make a dry steak here.
Xebri sticks his hand up. I can attest for that.
Just huddled in a corner eating meat.
Yeah, Grognark does too, though. So, anything that you want to talk to the party about since you've been sleeping, buddy?
Ooh, let me look at my notes. That Featherrock fella. I overheard some words being exchanged through the door, through the walls. He said he was hearing voices.
Yes, that's correct.
You have keen hearing. Yes,
Well,
he
when
was.
you're so low to the floor, you get to hear things that are higher than you. You know.
True.
You have knowledge of science that I will not know.
Well, you know, I didn't take physics 3 times and not to be able to understand the physics going around here. Anyways, so he's hearing voices, and do we think that somebody might be implanting them into his head, or do we think that the wolves are sentient now and they're currently communicating with him? I mean, these are very interesting questions, some very, very ponderous questions. I'd like to get to the bottom of it. What time did that other fellow say that we'd be heading out to, bait his sheep?
3
We'll
a.m.
be heading at 3 a.m.
Oh, 3 a.m. Oh, well, Mrs. Barkeep, what time is it?
Well, you guys have been sitting here for a while and idling. It's like 11:15 right now.
11:15.
Wait, what?
11:15. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
I don't know how
time
you.
flies when you're people watching. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
that is true.
It did take me an hour to get out of the bedroom, so I totally understand. Let's finish off our dinners and probably go to bed sometime soon and be awake early. Does
Yeah,
anybody
I,
have
I
any
would
like?
I would have gone to bed well and truly before like 10. Like,
That's,
it would have been like 8:30, and I would
that's
have gone
too
to bed.
bad. I
'cause
gotta
want a
keep you
long
on your
rest.
toes. It's too bad.
Does anybody have any alarm incantation so we wake up on time?
Oh, don't worry. We got roosters. They'll wake you up.
Oh, lovely.
They'll wake you up,
Alright,
so don't even worry
So yeah,
about it.
we'll go for. I don't think we can even call it a long rest now. Go for a rest.
You're gonna go for a short rest. Not everybody.
A little short rest.
Your short rest is gonna do like it's gonna bring everything back that you used in the little sheep fight. You guys will be fine.
Okay.
So you could if anyone lost HP, you could reset it. If anyone used a spell slot, you can regain it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
Because you really didn't use too much for the sheeps, for the wolves.
I guess mine that it was a pretty long day that we didn't really do anything extraneous. So
No, a
Yeah.
lot of talking, trying to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on in the town and stuff. So you guys go upstairs and you go to bed. You talk to Lenore again. Say goodnight to her. What's going on?
Good night,
yeah,
Lenore.
pretty much just heading to bed. Yeah, just heading to bed, getting that short rest in.
Tell your husband
before-
his steak was delicious.
Oh, thank you, Caber. We'll do. He'll be happy to hear that.
Exactly, kind of pops up after finishes me going, just shouts thank you for the meat and then runs upstairs to bed.
Good night,
too
little
bad, dude.
dragon boy. Sweet dreams.
Imagine he like ran up the stairs like on all fours.
Probably.
Yes.
I think she likes you as Every.
Well, who
He's a
wouldn't?
silly fella.
He's a silly little guy. Alright, so you guys go to sleep, and you're drifting off peacefully. Alva's laying in his bed, and he's looking up, and he's like, shit, I really don't want to fucking go kill sheep, man. But, I mean, wolves, but whatever. For gold, I'll do it. I'll fucking
I'll
do
do
it.
anything for money.
And then Gragnard's laying in bed, and he's like, man, I love being able to just fall right back asleep. Hee hee hoo hee hee ha ha. Just like that. Right? And then Caber is reading his book, right? He's like, man, I gotta look at a couple more sermons before I fucking go to bed. But he doesn't say fuck, I say fuck. But that's what he's thinking in his mind. And then Xavier is just like, you know, it's literally, he's just gonna like, he doesn't really lay down when he sleeps. He kind of just like leans against the bed on the floor. He's very used to being on the road, so he sits with like a leg up and, you know, with his arms crossed, just like kind of sitting straight a little bit. And then you'll see like a thought bubble across his head, like picturing in his mind, and it's just meat because he's just thinking of eating tomorrow morning. And that's his little thought bubble. So you guys all wait, and then suddenly it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You hear the roosters, and you hear Lenore yell, "Get up, you sons of bitches!"
Oh, time to get up. I closed the book.
You
that I
didn't go
had
to bed,
open.
you just read the whole time?
No, my book was on my bedstand. I fell asleep with
Oh.
it in my hands. I went, ha! Oh, we
Oh,
need to go.
okay.
We need to go.
Xavier kind of just shoots up and gets downstairs as quickly as possible.
I hop out of bed, literally on the hopping out of bed part.
Yeah, because you're short.
I will stop meditating because I don't need to sleep and just get up.
Just kidding.
Elf in it.
While Xavier runs down the stairs, Lenore is so excited to see him there that she throws a piece of meat at him right away.
I catch it in my mouth.
Do you thank Lenore? Do you, like, give her a smile? Do you say, you know?
I give her a big smile.
Very good. That's what she's looking for, okay, buddy? So you gotta... A little more effort here, Xavier. A little more effort here, okay? If you want the meat coming.
Yep.
If you want the meat.
If you want the
If you
meat.
want the
I
meat.
enthusiastically nod my head.
Oh my god. Alright, so Corell's waiting downstairs. He's wearing a blue cloak, and it's very baggy. And he's got some tools in the inside of his gear. He's a very disheveled looking man. And he's got this gray beard, and it goes kind of far down, but not too far. Kind of just right where his chin, like in the middle of his neck almost. Kind of looks like Caber's, but it's a little longer. And he's waiting for you guys. And he goes, "Wow, you guys woke up, huh?"
Just in time, my good sir. Are we here to hunt some wolves or be hunted?
Well, you know we're gonna go hunt these suckers, right?
Well,
the plan.
I made sure to practice my cantrips twice last night, and I am ready to take out these sons of bitches.
That's good. That's good.
Did
Caber.
Gragnak find his darts?
Oh.
Yeah, of course. You said I came downstairs, so I had to see the darts on my way past the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. But you didn't mention it, so that's strike one, okay? Strike one.
Oh, man.
Just kidding. Caber, so Corell looks at you and he goes, "How you feeling this morning?"
Oh, very good. Very good. I'm interested on seeing how these strange wolves are at night.
Yeah. It's not that fun. I'm sure you guys can hear the sheep outside. They're waiting. What about you, Alva? Anything? You feeling okay for this morning?
Yeah, let's get these wolves and make some money.
Okay, and Xveria, what about you? I forgot how to say your name all of a sudden. I had a stroke. Xevry?
Zipper.
There you go.
Xavier.
I looked at it and I blanked out and I said, I can't say that. Xevry, are you doing good this morning? Hello?
Yes. I had
Oh.
meat this morning. Very happy.
Very good. Alright. So, you guys follow Corell to his home and the nearby hills and watch as he herds a small flock of sheep with the help of his hounds. It's clear that both he and his hounds have years of experience. Not a sheep strays throughout the entire route there. It isn't long before you lay your eyes on a small farm. We can leave the sheep here and wait till the wolves appear. It shouldn't be long. They seem to be keeping a close eye on the area. Once they strike, we could follow them to their den. So that's gonna be the
Yep.
new plan.
Good idea.
Anybody have any questions?
I was gonna ask, by any chance, sir, do you have any like wool coats that we could put on?
Wool coats. Wool coat. Why do you want a wool coat?
Well, I think I'm the perfect height of a sheep. I think I could hide within the flock.
What? Wool coats. Wool coats. Let's
You know, if
see.
the sheep start getting pulled away by the wolves, what if nobody ever hears the sheep? I know we're gonna keep an eye on them, but what if the
Roll-
wolves start running too fast? I want to make
Roll
sure
a
that I can
persuasion
get
check.
a jump on them. Sure. Persuasion. Da, da, da. On my screen, I see a 10, I think. Yeah, 10.
I don't know, man. You know, it took a really long time to, like, find, like, and spin and shear the sheep, and they usually use that thing for winter. I don't know if I want to make you use it. I don't know if I want to let you use it.
It was honestly just for a limited time, but if you think it'd be best if we huddle up over here, I won't be opposed to your ideas. What do you think, Master Trapper? What do you think is a good idea?
Who are you talking to, me or are you talking to Alva?
I think Alva.
Looking at me?
Alva's, yeah, the ranger.
Well, I think the main thing is we need to approach these wolves in some manner. I actually can speak with them.
You can speak with the wolves? Or the sheep?
I can speak to whoever is an animal.
Huh.
What, you can't do that? As I look at him like very, very egotistically.
No, that was the DM talking. It wasn't Corral talking.
Like, oh.
I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, do you want to talk to the sheep? Corral's just still watching everybody, looking around. You know, he's a shepherd. He's used to this. He's always on alert. So he's not really paying attention to what you two are saying to each other.
One of my spells to actually track the wolves. So I might want to maybe focus on talking to the wolves first if we see them, and see what happens.
Talk to the wolves first. Okay.
Because so the spell is speak with animals and it only lasts 10 minutes. So and I've only got 2 spell slots.
Okay, that's totally fine. Did anybody else want to try and get this cloak for Gragnark, or?
Really don't care. No.
I would like to help get this cloak for Ragnar.
Okay, roll for persuasion.
I got a 15.
Okay.
So how are you persuading him?
Like, well, think about it. If one of the wolves grabs to him, I can make sure we can track. Like, you can make sure you can track him, just as easy, right?
Yeah, I
Plus,
guess.
if Ragnar's captured, maybe he could use one of his darts to, incapacitate the wolf, and then you can talk to it.
Yeah, I guess you have a good point. You have a good point, but let's make a deal here. If he ruins this, okay, this very.
He'll pay for it.
Yeah. He's got to come out of the cut of the money that you guys get when we give you the gold. Okay.
Yeah, it'll come out of his cut. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't tell you.
Yeah, Greg, you're going to get paid. I'm going to make sure you get a very fair amount.
Yeah.
Right. It's not an internship where you don't get paid.
The council's gonna pay you guys 800 gold pieces if you can get rid of these wolves.
Money is great and all, but I really want to pass my class. It's my 3rd year taking prestidigitation for amateurs, so I'd really like to get like a sign off on my field trip.
I will sign you off as much as you like, mate.
Wonderful. I'm down.
Corral looks at you like,
keep the money.
Like, bro, you're in school.
I'm one of the top scholars in my class.
Wow, you're something, aren't ya?
I'm just gonna whisper, just nod your head and go, okay.
All right. I guess there's not much we can do about that, huh? All right. So Corral goes and he fetches real quick before you guys start to head out to his home, and he gets the cloak for Gragnark, and he throws it at him, and then he does like the two, like, you know how you hold up your 2 fingers, and he's like eyeing him, and he's like, I'm watching you, bro. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm watching the coat too. and I waddle myself over to the sheep and You know, can I roll for deception so it looks like I blend in with the sheep better?
Yeah, you can roll for deception.
Oh, lovely. Looks like the dice is saying a 15 plus 7. So
No.
that should be a
Yeah, you
wacky 22. I disguise really
you
nicely within the
disguise
sheep.
incredibly well. Even
Does he
Kar-
disguise too well though that the sheep now take a liking to him?
Yeah, so one of the sheeps actually starts sniffing you, and then starts to mount you.
Oh God! Like,
Oh, God.
should we stop that?
Not again.
Not again.
Wait a minute.
What do you mean, not
I've-
again?
I mean, I've heard his race. They kind of enjoy this, so maybe he wanted this.
Do we have to step in?
I'm not touching that. Are you touching that?
Does
I'd
Xavri do
rather
anything?
not.
Xavri?
Can
Yeah,
I
I'm not-
kind of reach over and grab Gragnok from underneath the sheep,
Wait, what?
trying to pull him out?
Do you look at the
Please, please, don't rip me out. I'm trying to blend in.
Do you
I
do
told
you
you
look
he
at the
wanted
sheep?
this.
Do you look at the sheep with like a stern look and be like, no?
Xavri kind of gets a bit disturbed by what Gragnok said and kind of just backs off.
Oh no.
I'm
Corral
gonna
looks at
infiltrate
Xavri.
These wolves really well.
Corral looks at Xavri and throws him another piece of meat. Very fond of this creature.
Catches it with his mouth and just kind of sprints into a corner somewhere.
So
While
you
I
guys,
enjoy this this kerfuffle, how about we actually try to be a bit more stealthy so these wolves actually, come for us?
That would be a great idea.
so you
I'm
guys
actually
start
gonna
to
go
leave.
the tree line.
You're gonna go in a tree line? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
go
are
find
heading
the tree
towards
line.
the entrance of the forest right now. Well, you're actually coming out from the entrance of the forest. You're in this big field. You've been walking, actually, this whole time. And the dogs are making the sheep go into the field, and they're hurting them, and obviously Gragnark is in that little fluffy mess with the sheep. Okay? And, you're in the tree line, you said, that you're gonna hide. Because Corral is looking at you guys before you venture off, and he's like, alright, get ready. They're gonna start coming soon.
Can I just kind of like survey what I see around me and find the best possible point to stand between the sheep and where the wolves might come from?
Yeah, roll perception. I mean, yeah, perception, that's what I said.
Oh, well, that didn't go well.
Oh Lord.
What'd you roll?
Nat 1.
Oh, no.
So just so you know, with skill checks, you can't actually crit or critical fail a
Oh,
skill
okay,
check.
well, I did a full
Right.
4.
Yeah.
A 4?
Yeah.
So you look around, but you're just like, you're not really too sure. You look at the tree, you see a bush on the right, and you think, oh, maybe I could hide in that bush. But
Okay,
Looking
I go,
kind of like
I go to try and hide in the bush.
I mean, you're too big, so, Alva looks at you and it's just like, what's this guy doing? Like,
I'm just
buddy.
kind of squatting in the bush.
Yeah,
Tail is hanging out very far from the bush.
yeah.
The horns are sticking out over top.
Corral looks at you and he goes, buddy, stand up.
I stand up.
Okay, good. Alright, progress with this crew. Alright, and then he points. There's a bigger tree, like, right here. Why don't you just go behind the tree?
I go behind that tree, kind of hanging my head disappointingly.
He throws a piece of meat at you.
Straight back up.
So Hal, I just want to make a quick trek around the tree line, see if I can see any ingress egress of where the wolves have come and go.
Roll
Um,
for,
Survival.
It'll be a
no.
survival check for tracking.
For tracking its survival, I was gonna have you roll for, athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah, because you're trailing around in the tree line, right?
Well, I'm looking for tracks. That's my
Oh.
goal.
But from the trees?
I'm in the tree line. like,
You're
I'm
in the
not
tree line?
tree.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but
that
I'm
would
in the
be
bushes just walking.
That would be athletic because you're running around like a monkey.
Okay.
That's my logic.
Sure. I guess that's a 6 then.
You see like minor tracks, but you don't see anything too concrete. You just see like a few tracks here and there, maybe like one in the distance, but nothing too crazy. Nothing to give you a distinct, like, where are they?
Okay. Then
Okay.
I'll just hide in a bush and stealth.
Who?
I'm gonna
Which
slowly
we are 19.
meander with the sheep, and you know, and I'm trying to fit in, so I'm eating grass with the other sheep.
Oh my god.
Your lord.
And Hero, what are you doing? Caber?
I'm going to also just, take a look around, see if I can find a vantage point, and just chill out with my crossbow ready.
Okay. Alright, perfect. So you guys are just sitting there for a little bit. Some time is going by. Becomes 4 a.m. Then it becomes 5 a.m. And everyone's kind of getting a little exhausted. How much longer? How long is this gonna take? And then all of a sudden you start hearing howling going on in the distance. And the dogs start to growl. And the sheep, they start to freak out a little bit, but they're staying in their flock and they're not moving. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the wolves come out from the sides of the fields. And they start to circle the sheep.
We got wolves.
We got rolls, baby. We got rolls. Oh, everybody roll for initiative.
All right.
22.
I got a 4.
I got 25.
Wait, okay. 22 was who?
Me. Exactly.
Okay, 22. Who got 24?
I got 25, which is Alva.
Okay, you got 25. What did you get, Gragnark?
7.
Okay. And what did you get, Caber?
A 4.
Oh, okay. Alright, so... Hold on a second here. I got a fucking nat 1. Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Going fucking dead last again. Alright. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Wolves, 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 wolves.
Wolf.
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 Wolves.
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, so let's see. Okay, so these wolves only want the sheep. And there's gonna be...
How many wolves did you say there were?
Give me 1 second. It's gonna be about the same amount, about like 8. 6 wolves, actually, sorry. There's 6 wolves. Okay. So there's about 6 wolves right now, and you guys, I'm gonna say, are about 100 feet away from them, minus Gragnark, who is probably about, like, 40 feet away. Because the wolves are circling, and they're kind of far, but they're, like, not too far.
Okay.
Alright, so, Alva, you can choose what you'd like to do.
I think the first thing I will do is
Mm-hmm.
I will hunter's mark one of them. So I will move into range of 90 feet and hunter's mark one of them.
Okay.
Now, just so you're aware, with hunter's mark, until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 damage. I have advantage on perception and survival checks to find it. If the target drops to 0 HP before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action to, on a subsequent turn of mine, to mark a new creature. So I can pretty much forever track this thing.
Okay. So you want to track one, but you don't want to kill that one.
Correct.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter because I can always just change it to another target pretty much as soon as it dies.
Okay. No problem. And then can you attack after using that ability or no?
Yeah, that's a bonus action.
Okay.
And I will actually be attacking because I want to thin the herd and then put it on the surviving one.
Okay. Sounds good. So which one are you attacking?
Whichever one is in range with...
Okay. So wolf number 2 would be in range.
Yep, sure. I'll be hitting that one.
Okay.
So it's 17 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
For max damage. Shit, hang on. Actually, I might one-shot this thing. I one-shot it. So that is 18 damage.
Okay, well,
Dear God.
Head kind of explodes.
might have to buff these wolves a little bit. Alright, you have killed this wolf. That wolf is gone. 0, done.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
make this
me.
make this a little harder for you guys, I think. Alright, so
Gonna make them buff. The wolves just get buffed.
yeah, I gotta
suddenly.
give you something to work for, otherwise what's the point? Alright.
For sure, for sure.
Next in line is Exebri.
I'm going to dash towards the closest wolf to me, so that's 60 feet towards them.
60 feet towards them. They're about 100 feet away. Okay, so you're like 40 feet in range right now.
That's all I can really do right now.
Okay. Alright, so you're 40 feet in range. Go ahead, Gragnark. It's your turn.
I bat and I roll for deception and just try to blend in further with the sheep.
Okay. What'd you roll?
I have a really laggy screen, but
So as an action, you can choose the hide action, which is
Yeah.
you use your stealth.
so I rolled a 21 to further hide within the sheep pile.
Okay. It is successful.
That's my whole action.
That's your whole action? Alright,
That's my whole action.
no problem. No problem.
Amazing.
I
Okay.
think with that we all think that was a sheep bout, but
We are
Bah!
fully convinced there are
You just hear him. You just hear him. You hear all the sheep, and then you hear Ragnar. Bah! Bah!
Well, my passive perception is a 16, and my passive insight's a 14. So he's quite clearly cleared that. So we literally think it's an actual sheep that was barred.
And then, Caber, it's your turn.
I am going to move 30 feet towards the wolves, and I'm going to take a shot with my crossbow.
Okay, so you're
At
moving
the-
30 feet, so you're gonna be about 70 feet away from them.
Yep,
He's in
I'm
range.
just within range. Yep.
Okay, great. And roll to
I want to
attack.
attack. Yeah, I want to attack one that we haven't hit yet.
Okay, so wolves 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are still available to hit. One has the marksman thingy on him.
Gotcha. We will do 3 since we want to leave the one with the mark alive, right?
Yep.
Well, no. So the one I killed did have hunter's mark because I can change it every single.
No, you
Sorry,
Oh.
you did wolf number 2. You put hunter's mark on wolf number 1.
No, because well, then I wouldn't have killed it. Actually, no,
Oh.
I probably would have. Because that was max damage.
That's fine. It's okay.
So just so you know, I'm going to be putting it on the one that is going to run
Okay.
away at the last minute. So I am using hunter's mark to kill them.
2 kill. Okay.
but then I'm going to use it on one that runs away as well, because I
Okay.
can keep changing it every single turn.
Okay, well,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
what just happened here, wolf number 2 is done, and wolf number 1 has Hunter's Mark on it.
I'll change it to wolf number 1 after this one.
Okay. I will shoot wolf number 3 then.
Okay,
Oh lord, I hit a 7.
you do not hit.
Dang.
That's rough.
The shot goes wide. Should be within range. I'm going to then use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Isever, on our boy Isever, our dragon boy that we love,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be my turn.
Okay, so wolf number 1 looks at Exebri and then looks at the flock of sheep. He's not really interested in Exebri. He kind of just wants the sheep. So he moves in to attack the sheep. And
Does it go for Gragnark?
Oh god, does he go for
Drags Gragnark away.
Oh shit.
He's not gonna
Grab
hit.
that screaming.
he's not gonna hit. I rolled like a 3.
Oh no.
So the wolf kind of like just goes in for a bite for one of the sheep, but he gets like a little graze of the ankle, nothing crazy, so he doesn't get a nip out of anything. And then let me do, I'm thinking how I want to do this. Nah, forget. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, so then wolf number 3. He's gonna run up, and he's gonna go right in front of Exebri, and he's gonna try and bite him. But I rolled an 8, so I'm pretty sure that does not hit.
Ding.
Right?
He just
No, that's
chomps
fine.
and does nothing.
Yeah, he just stares at him probably, right?
Exebri's just a bit like confused why he just did what he did.
Wolf number 4 just goes to stand right behind wolf number 3. So it's right behind the one that he went to for Exebri. And then wolf number 5 gets closer to wolf number 1 because they kind of want to gang up on the sheep together. And he also tries to take a bite out of the sheep. But he couldn't bite the sheep, and he only gets a graze out of it. And then wolf number 6 is on the far side of the sheep. And he actually does get a bite out of one of the sheep's ankles. And that's it for the wolves. Back to Alva.
Alright, so yeah, bonus action would be changing it to wolf number 1 for Hunter's Mark. And action. That's a 24 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that does hit.
For a total of 11 damage.
Okay, and which wolf are you hitting? Number 1?
Wolf number 1.
11 damage. Okay. Okay,
And that's
he's not dead. He's still alive.
Tanky wolf.
Thank you, wolf. Okay, go ahead, Exebri. It's your turn.
Okay, so you said there were 2 wolves in front of you now,
There's
right?
2 wolves in front of you now, yeah.
Are there
and-
any sheep behind those wolves?
Not too close. There's 2 more wolves, like, about 15 feet behind those, the 2 in front of you. And they're kind of just, like, eyeing the sheep and, like, trying to get one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna use my breath weapon.
Okay. Walk me through the breath weapon again.
It's a dexterity DC 11.
So they do a dex save. So they have a +2. So whatever you roll, +2.
I got fucking 6, bro. What is with these rolls, man? Dex.
Big dex
Sorry.
energy.
Wait, so it's...
Whatever you roll +2. That's your save.
Well, the wolves have a dex already.
Yeah, they have a dex of +2.
Well,
So that-
it says 15.
Yeah, that's their score, but their save is
Oh,
whatever you
okay,
roll
okay.
plus the modifier, which
Plus
is
the
the +2.
modifier too. Yeah,
Yep.
so they're not saved.
So they both fail.
The epic failed. What? How much damage for them?
7.
7 each.
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Okay. The 2 in front of you, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're still alive. They're not dead.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be all from Exevery.
Okay. Go ahead, Gragnark.
I see that, what is it, the 2 wolves are surrounding Xevri over there. I throw one of my darts, obviously with an advantage because they're distracted with Xevri.
Okay. But you still have
so-
2 wolves that are eyeing the flock.
Yeah, I know. So let me,
How are you getting advantage again?
I'm a rogue.
Yeah, but that's only if you're within 5 feet of someone. That gives you the advantage.
Sneak attack, you can
So
deal an
if you
extra
have
1d6
advantage-
damage.
Or if you're within 5 feet of a friendly.
Don't I have advantage if they're distracted?
Normally, distraction is not an advantage thing.
It's okay. I'll pick. I'll pick. Just say what you want to do and I'll tell you if it's okay.
Okay, I throw a dart. It rolls a 14.
Okay. And what does the dart do again? It's you're trying to hit something or
I'm trying to kill the wolf.
okay. It doesn't hit.
Okay, and then I do cunning action and hide as my bonus action.
Okay.
I go back to hiding.
Okay, no problem. And then Caber?
I will reload my crossbow and guess I'll get a little bit closer. Then that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. So, bear with me, boys. 1 second. Alright, so you notice that these wolves are kind of just like your fight from earlier. They seem to have an awareness, and they know that they're outmatched, and they begin to turn tail and flee. They're injured, some of them are limping. If you wanted to try and speak to one, now would be the chance.
Yeah, if I can use that as a reaction, yes. I will speak with animals and say who's controlling them.
We do not know.
Would I have enough time for another question?
Sure.
Or would they be... I would ask... Where? Where are they going?
Out there. Not giving you a lot
Alright.
to work on here.
Yeah, that's fine. With that, I'll call for everyone to quickly follow them. Because with Hunter's Mark on one of them, I'd be able to very, very easily.
Okay.
And that lasts an
Good.
hour. So that lasts an
So-
hour, so yeah, it would be really hightailing it trying to follow.
Yeah, that would be. So throw a survival check to follow them.
So let's see. Let me just double check something. I have advantage, and I get my proficiency added as well, so that becomes a +8 advantage. So that is a 25 to track them.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Are you guys gonna help any of the... Well, I guess the sheep didn't really get that injured, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so Corell looks at you guys and he goes, so we're going out here? We're gonna follow and see what's going on?
I throw
Yep.
the woolen robe off of me, and I'm like, Whew, that was such a doozy. I was almost wolf meat over there. I returned the the woolen robe back to the guy, and I tell him, I told you I wouldn't get it injured. Let's go after those wolves.
Yeah, well, good thing you didn't, man, because I would have made you pay big time for that, let me tell you.
Well, you could put it on my university tab. You guys are all part of the field trip anyways.
How old are you?
44. Why does everybody keep asking?
I just have so many questions, but I guess now's not the time. And then Corel takes a look at Xevri and throws a piece of meat at him and says, "You're such a good boy."
Xevri's eyes are still kind of narrowed from the combat, and it kind of just hits him in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
Meat just impales into the
Just,
horns.
just me. Just hits
It's a
him
little snack for later.
for Xevri. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to let Alva lead the way here since he knows where the tracks are. So, you guys start to go into the woods, and it's thick and clogged with undergrowth, and the smell of earth and moss fill the air, and the passage of small animals creates a constant rustle in the bushes. Occasionally, the howl of a lone wolf echoes eerily from the west, and at this point, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's kind of like that nice blue hue. You know what I'm talking about? When it's outside. Like, the sun is not out, but it's getting brighter a little bit, but it's still pretty dark. So, are you guys trying to hide from the wolves out here to see if they're coming, or?
We'll be taking precaution, but primarily following the footsteps. If it looks like they're trying to, you know, curl around and like, ambush us, then yeah, we'll go more stealthily.
Okay, so roll for perception.
I have rolled an 18 for perception.
Roll a dirty
Dirty
20.
20 as well.
Led on.
Okay, so you're staying a good amount away from them. The wolves are very perceptive as well, and they kind of sense that, there might be someone trailing them, but they're not exactly sure because they're not smelling anything, but they can hear some stuff. But they're not sure if that's just the wildlife or the animals or whatever. So they're still walking. You guys are still following. And after about 2 hours or so of travel through these dense undergrowth of the western woods, you begin to hear the sound of snapping twigs and rustling leaves. Something big is making its way towards you. What would you like to do?
Probably hide. Take stealth.
Stealth? Okay.
Yep. So I'll probably jump up into a tree and stealth. Try not to be seen.
Could I take the piece of meat attached to the back of my head and lob it into a bush somewhere to distract this thing?
You could. Roll for... Let me see. Bear with me. I'm... What do I want you to roll for?
Honestly, something like that. Just sometimes you just let things happen. Or it's more if
Well,
that
it's
thing would be
more
more
if the
interested in the
thing
meat.
will... Yeah, it's more if, like, that thing will be, like... Do deceit. Because you're gonna try and do deception for it. So that it's like, yeah. I would do a deception check.
10.
Okay, throw the meat. We'll see if it works.
Just pulls it off the back of my head, lobs it into a bush, and kind of runs behind a tree.
Okay. Who's next?
I'm just hiding.
Yeah,
Phoebe
okay.
hiding.
Where are you hiding?
Probably by some bushes. Doesn't take much for me to hide.
Okay. So you're gonna hide in a bush?
Yes.
Okay.
Do
And
you want
what
our
if...
stealth rolls?
Yeah, you roll for stealth.
Sure.
Yeah, so mine was
Uh,
a 21.
Yeah, I already knew you
Mine's a
were gonna
solid
do good.
7.
Woo.
A solid 7.
I am also going to try to hide myself away,
Okay.
and
And
I
where
just rolled a 9.
and where are you trying to hide yourself?
I'm gonna try to see if I can get eyes on the bush that was with the meat thrown in it, and like hide behind the tree.
And hide behind the tree? Okay. And what did you roll?
A 9.
You rolled a 9, a 9. All right, hold on. I'm just preparing because I
Nine,
didn't know if we were gonna
nine.
get to this tonight, but it looks like we did. So
Party.
give me a second. Alrighty. So everybody's hiding. We have something that's gonna maybe distract this thing, whatever it may be. But it isn't long before a massive beast explodes through the bushes. And you've guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. It's an owl bear. Dun
Yo!
dun da da. And I think that's where I'm gonna end it for tonight.
A freaking
All right.
owl bear!
Mm-hmm. An owl bear.
I just want to give owl
Ooh.
bears a hug. I like owl bears. I like
They are
owl
very
bears.
cute.
Oh, good, because that's who you're gonna be fighting in the next week.
Dear God. Next time on
Howl's
Whatever this is
Adventures.
called.
Next time on Howl's D&D One Shots.